afternoon, everyone. Parents, grandparents, friends, and young performers. Welcome and thank you for joining us today for a year-end recital. This afternoon, we come together to celebrate more than music. We celebrate hard work, growth, perseverance, and those small daily steps that brought each student here, one note at a time. For our newer performers, today is a big and brave step forward. It takes courage to walk on stage and play before an audience. But here you are, ready to mark that special milestone in your musical journey. And we are here rooting for you every step of the way. This afternoon, we will also have the pleasure of hearing some of our more advanced students who remind us that learning music isn't about reaching a finish line. It's about always exploring, growing, and finding a truer expression of the heart. They also remind us that great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. The music you'll hear now didn't come overnight. It's the result of returning to the bench again and again with steady determination. In honor of perseverance and this great thing called music, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Breaking the ice this afternoon, we have our very brave GMC 1 classes for whom this is their very first time performing on stage. They will be starting us off to the tune of Honeybee March and Party in the Sky. Take it away, Miss Monica's GMC 1 class. Through the garden bees parade, in the sun and in the shade, dancing wings and tiny feet, gathering pollen, oh so sweet. Up next, we have Miss Alondra's wonderful JMC 1s. They have also prepared Honeybee March and Party in the Sky for us today. Take it away, JMC 1s. work. Thank you, JMC 1s. Up next, we have our JMC 2s. A year ago, they showed off the simple, solid left-hand chords of Party in the Sky. Now, they are back to show us their successful progress to playing more complex left-hand accompaniments as we're about to hear. Presenting Let's Explore and Lavender's Blue, please welcome Miss Monica's JMC 2s. Let's explore the meadow wide, with flowers blooming side by side. Butterflies and buzzing bees dance with us among the trees. Let's explore the mountain high, reach the peak and touch the sky. With every step a brand new view, the world unfolds its magic hue. Now, please welcome Mr. D's JMC2 class, performing Let's Explore and Marionette Dance. Take it away, JMC2s. to welcome our YMC1s, for whom it is also their first time performing. This program is not easy, but these young musicians have worked hard to advance quickly from being complete beginners. Presenting It Begins Raining and Sayonara, we have Miss Angela's talented YMC1 class. For their very first time on stage, please give a very warm welcome. Well done. The next song to be performed is a very special one for our school because it is a perfect example of getting creative with music. Titled Gypsy Dance, we see this piece in junior music books 2 and 3 and the young musicians books as well. Each version has a different left-hand accompaniment, varying from simple to complex. There are so many things we can do with a simple melody, and that's what creativity in music is all about. For the last of our very brave first-year students, we have Mr. D's YMC1s. They will be playing Sayonara and Gypsy Dance. The stage is yours. watch the clock, do what it does, and just keep going. Next, we will hear from our YMC2s. They have worked very hard this year to keep up with the quicker pace of the Young Musicians program into its second year. Good practice habits really pay off, and little by little, a little becomes a lot. Presenting Lovely Kittens and playing tag, please welcome Mr. D's YMC2s. The stage is yours. Dr. Suzuki says that the real essence of an art turned out not to be something high up and far off. It was right inside our ordinary daily self. If a musician wants to become a finer artist, he must first become a finer person. Presenting Lovely Kittens, followed by Rock and Roll, Take It Away, Miss Alondra's JAC3s. Well done. Thank you to our JMC and YMC students. Up next, we have something extra neat to share. As you know, our JMC and YMC graduates move on to the advanced program where they start to participate in an annual composition project. This year, we had the pleasure of teaming up with a local kids film studio, Filmberries, to create a truly original presentation. The kids over at Filmberries offered our JAC classes a variety of short films to pick from, and our students then composed an accompanying soundtrack together as a class. Isn't that amazing? Presenting their own original composition called Spiders, followed by Ballad, please welcome Mr. D's JAC2s. Beautifully played. In the words of Robert Schumann, to compose is to remember music that has never been written. Presenting their original composition, New Friends, followed by Phantom's Palace, please welcome Miss Alondra's JAC2s. performance of the afternoon, we have another treat. Our new ensemble program created by our very own Mr. D has now run for 2 successful years with a third to start in September. This class has made it possible for our advanced students and Yamaha graduates to continue their musical journey in the group setting that they love so much. This year, they learned how to conduct, arrange, and play the music of all sizes and genres of ensemble. There is no doubt that on our stage we have a real band of musicians with a serious care for music and flair for performance. Presenting Highway to Hell and Tequila, please welcome Mr. D's ensemble class.
Tequila.
What an amazing performance. Now for a surprise performance, we have our talented videographer and musician, Mikola Pinchuk, presenting his own composition. Please extend a very warm welcome. Well done. Last but not least, we will be closing this afternoon's concert with a parting performance from our teachers. We love this opportunity to show them as performers too. Presenting Besame Mucho, please give it up for Alondra Vega Zaldivar, Dimitri Varelas, and Monica Tsao. The stage is yours.
Verde junto a mí, piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después.
As we bring this beautiful day of music to a close, I would like to take a moment to reflect on the incredible effort that have culminated in such a wonderful event. In Van Gogh's words, great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. To our talented students, your courage, creativity, and countless hours of practice have truly paid off. You fill the space with music and heart, and we're endlessly proud of your growth. To the families, thank you for being steady behind every practice session and performance. Your encouragement and support fuels their journey. To our wonderful MC, Miss Joanna, thank you for leading today's recital. I'm very grateful for the way you guided us through the program and helped make each performer feel celebrated. Thank you for being such an important part of this memorable day. To our incredible teachers and your passionate patience light the path for each one of these young musicians. We are grateful for your dedication and inspiration. Can we get a big round of applause for our teachers today? For giving us this beautiful space to celebrate. And thank you for the guys behind the soundboard and the video. Thank you, you did a great job. We wish you all a joyful summer ahead, and we can't wait welcoming you back in September and to see how your musical stories keep to unfold. Until then, keep playing, keep exploring, and above all, keep enjoying the music. Thank you.